with Jason Graver and Kristen Mayer trackside. 40 riders, count them, 40 are going to be out there in this sprint. It'll be a 30-lapper. We'll put up a multiple choice test, and you can match every rider to their number, and we'll work on that as you get a shot of the whole lineup. And again, the usual cast of characters, Jason. We've got Jackie Symes in there, and probably going to do well in this one. And how about an endurance rider that jumps out at you for this race?
Well, I didn't see Bobby Lee. We'll have to see if he is in this race. He should be, and if Bobby Lee's in this race, that's my pick.
Nice tune-up. We had an interview with Bobby, of course, getting set to head off to Beijing. This is the Elite Men's 10K Scratch Final here at the Valley Preferred Cycling Center. Is this a good tune-up for him to be going away? A nice way to sort of get himself prepared in front of the home crowd?
This is a good tune-up. There's nothing better for your fitness than actually racing. You can come out and train and train and train, but there's nothing better for your fitness than actually racing. And Bobby Lee's going to take advantage of that every chance he can get here at the Valley Preferred Cycling Center.
I noticed there, a rider stalled. That's the first time someone was stuck up there on the wall. I looked like Van Veldhoven was waiting and looking at the drop back. I think it was Simon Van Veldhoven. Kind of held onto the wall, waited for some riders to go, and then he jumped down into the field. And it will be 30 laps around the track. Everybody going up. They're going up close to the fans. This is a fan-friendly first lap.
Great thing about the velodrome, you're 2 feet away from your riders there, from your favorite riders. And of course, after the racing is over, you're free to walk across the bridge and get an autograph of your favorite rider, take a look at their bikes and talk to the racers.
And there they go as they head into turn 1 again. This is a tune-up lap. They're getting set up.
They were given a free lap. The riders were not all together coming across the start line, so Hubert Schley has decided to give them another free lap. To start the race, the riders need to be in one bunch. You can't have one guy off the front, one guy off the back. Everybody needs to be together. And that didn't happen last lap.
Here they come now. He gets set to give him the bell lap to get it going. And again, Jason, Kristen, and I, you see us on camera doing some interviews, but it takes a lot of folks to put a show like this together. Our executive producers, John M. Walson, senior producer, Andy Himmelwright, associate producer, Donnie Long, our director tonight, Dave Donio, our engineer is Alex Morkin, audio is Growly Bear Hulak, Dwayne Long is on slow-mo, Jason Dudish on graphics, Doug Long on camera, Corey Lewis on camera, Kim Stewart on camera, Brittany Mayer also on camera, Jim Dice K. Millet's with us tonight doing stats, and Sam Robles is graphics and utilities. So we want to thank the whole crew. They've got to get here. They've got to get set up. You talk about the riders being out here today in the heat and humidity. How about our crew? Kudos to the crew for coming out early and getting set up to go here as we see our riders going around the track. And as usual, they're going to exchange spots in that front lead and take turns. There, a nice line. You got a great camera shot there from one of the crew of the line, as Jason notes. When they're in a line like that, Jason, that's when they're going the quickest. But somebody with some trouble.
That's when they're going the fastest. And here we have a rider that has a mechanical. Now, riders in a race that is a longer race like this one, they'll be given 3 laps to get things back together. They can jump back in the race. They're not penalized. They won't lose laps. But Shane Klein there, jumping on. Hopefully he did. He got in within the amount. Knows that's dangerous, so everyone in the field is going to be working together to try to reel him back in, but that's going to be a tough job right now. Bobby Lee is riding very well.
Now, Lee went high in the tractor. Does he send a message to Rapaccioli to come and join him, or is that just they're going to trade now?
Rapaccioli, it's your turn now to come around. We're going to work together here, and that's the way it's going to be.
$50 coming here, and it's Bobby Lee and Rapaccioli well ahead of the field. One of those two is going to take home that cream. Here comes the field as they try to reel them in, and there you get a good look at them as they cross the finish line.
Now, my guess is that Bobby Lee is more interested in winning the overall race, not with winning these preems. So we'll see if he allows Rapaccioli here to come up over the top of him for that preem.
Shared. They're going to share, I think.
There you go. Gentleman's game.
Now Rapaccioli will take the lead, but the field is reeling the riders back in as they're putting up Some quick speed. Watching them go by there. They've narrowed the field a little bit. We've got 11 laps to go.
It was racing out here on Tuesday, Jim, and the professionals were allowed to race on Tuesday. Bobby Lee came out in a race very similar to this. He lapped the field with a very small gear. Bobby Lee only used an 84-inch gear, which means every time that he took a pedal stroke, his bike was going 84 inches. Usually in a race like this, riders might ride a gear that's maybe 88 inches, maybe 90 inches, maybe even a little bit higher than that. Bobby Lee was just trying to spin his legs, get ready for Beijing, and it looks like he's doing the same thing here tonight.
So the field now gaining, though, on Rapiccioli and Lee. They've narrowed it down. They had almost a quarter track lead. That margin has been narrowed with 10 laps to go. Now they try to pedal harder in that lead as you see him heading into turn 3. Here comes another rider out of the pack. Come on up.
This is Linnell Rockmore here, going for the preem, but doesn't quite get it.
Now Rockmore goes back to the top of the track. See if he stays with our 3 lead riders. Rockmore might do that. All 3 riders now go to the top of the track. They will let the field catch them. Somebody else's turn to take the lead.
My apologies there. That was actually Epps Harris. Okay. I got that one right. That was Epps Harris. I think Epps Harris watched Ben Barczewski a couple weeks ago come out of the field like a rocket to collect a preem. Didn't quite work out, though, for Epps Harris.
Scott Warren on the corner of the bunch. There we go.
9 laps to go. Now they've joined the field, Rapiccioli and Lee. He'll wait now. Now, what will be his strategy, Jason? He dropped back in now to the pack.
Bobby Lee is just going to conserve energy now. He's going to hope that the sprinters don't ruin his day. But he's just going to sit there, conserve energy, and hopefully at the very end of this come flying out of the field to win this race.
Let's see where he is, if I can't catch him. He's about 6 or 7 riders back, I believe, is Bobby Lee. Oh, that's Kurt Begeman, pardon me, number 15 was about 7th place. Now another rider tries to break from the pack. 2 riders now going to try to break from the pack. Try and catch them as they come by here.
Kurt Begeman there, number 15 in the Rite Aid cycling kit there. I think he's a little happy to be able to control that bike by himself. He doesn't have to rely on Mike Beers like he did last week with the tandems.
And rider 29, we did get a name for rider 29. But again, the leaders are going to change with 5 laps to go. Let's look for Bobby Lee in the field. See a nice graphic there. 5 laps to go. 32 is Bobby Lee, if you're watching at home and you want to try to find him. See if someone tries to make a move here on the field. A couple of riders go up high. The rest of the pack passes them down low. Rapiccioli now back in the lead. He and Lee had broken from the pack for quite a while, about 8 or 9 laps.
Have to keep an eye on rider number 31, Shane Klein. He's also very good at these long-distance races where there's a sprint at the end. Shane Klein's been riding very well this year.
Everybody almost together. 3 laps to go. Bunch of riders now as they all go into turn 2.
Jackie Symes at the front there, looking left, looking right, just making sure that he's staying at the front, keeping an eye on everybody. He doesn't want to get too far back with only 3 laps to go. He does not want to get into traffic. Bobby Lee at the top of the track now, coming through.
There he goes. 2 laps to go now. Again, rider 32. There is Bobby Lee. They've got the camera on him. Sits in right there behind rider number 1. That is Peter Fitzpatrick. We haven't heard his name tonight yet. See if Fitzpatrick can hang. 1 lap to go. Oh, out of the field, vying for the top spot. Bobby Lee's going to try and hold them off now. They hit into turn 2. A rider comes over the top, tries to take lead, does as they come out of turn 2. Lee's going to have to pedal hard.
And Shane Klein, there's the rider that has about 1 bike length's distance, but Bobby Lee is closing that gap.
Lee and Klein at the line. It's going to be Lee.